วัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
I am จิตติมามานะชยรักษ์
And I am Zhenya Vashuk. We would like to welcome you all to our Meditation for Peace program. Today we have Kun Ann as join us like a new MC. So, how are you, Kun Ann? How do you feel yourself after Visak Day ceremony? Still joyful and peaceful?
Yes I did and it was wonderfully joyful and it makes me realize how the Lord Buddha was such a great person.
Yes, right. He had great compassion to teach all of us in order to help us be free from circle of rebirth, death, and enter to nirvana.
His teaching is always applicable even in this modern day and everyone can make them part of their daily practice.
Absolutely right, and such as meditation, which we will practice in the next episode. It is also his teaching that meditation is the way to purify our mind so we can easily reach our own inner happiness.
Then we should start our meditation.
With the compassion of the most venerable Lompo Tamachio, the abbot of Wat Pratamakaya, who will lead us the meditation.
Let's join him in meditation.
Let's join him in meditation.
ตั้งใจหลับตาเจริญสมาธิภาวนากันจ้าหลับตาเบาๆพอสบายหลับตาเบาๆพอสบายหลับตาคลอดลูกพอสบายคล้ายๆกับตอนที่เราใกล้จะหลับอย่าไปบีบเปลือกตาอย่ากดลูกในตานะจ๊ะแล้วก็ทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แช่มชื่นให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางทำใจให้ว่างๆไม่ผูกพันกับอะไรทั้งสิ้นไม่ว่าจะเป็นคนเป็นสัตว์เป็นสิ่งของเป็นสิ่งมีชีวิตหรือไม่มีชีวิตก็ตามนะเราปลดเราปล่อยเราวางให้หมดเพราะว่าสิ่งทั้งหลายทั้งปวงนั้นเกิดขึ้นตั้งอยู่แล้วก็ดับไปทุกสิ่งไปสู่จุดสลายทั้งสิ้นจะเป็นสิ่งมีชีวิตหรือว่าไม่มีชีวิตก็ตามล้วนไปสู่จุดสลายทั้งสิ้นต้องผุต้องพังหมดแม้แต่ร่างกายของเราเนี่ยก็เป็นอยู่ชั่วคราวไม่ช้าก็ต้องไปสู่จุดสลายเหมือนกันเรามีชีวิตก็เพื่อมาทำพระนิพพานให้แจ้งมาแสวงบุญมาสร้างบารมีเท่านั้นซึ่งเราได้ศึกษาเรียนรู้มาแล้วว่าทางไปสู่นิพพานนั้นนะต้องเริ่มจากกลางกายของเราต้องเริ่มจากที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ซึ่งอยู่ในกลางท้องของเรา ในระดับที่เหนือจากสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือเพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้เราก็ต้องทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แจ่มชื่นให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสเราก็มาสมมุติว่าร่างกายของเรานะปราศจากอวัยวะภายในสมมุติว่ามันไม่มีปอดตับม้ามไตหัวใจเป็นต้นให้เป็นปล่องเป็นช่องเป็นโพรงเป็นที่โล่งๆว่างๆกลวงภายในคล้ายๆมันเป็นท่อแก้วใสๆเป็นปล่องเป็นช่องเป็นโพรงเป็นที่โล่งๆว่างๆกลวงภายในคล้ายท่อแก้วท่อเพชรใสหรือคล้ายกับลูกโป่งที่เราเป่าลมอัดลมเข้าไปกลวงภายในคราวนี้เราก็เอาใจของเราเนี่ยมาหยุดนิ่งๆอยู่ที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7ซึ่งอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราในระดับที่เหนือจากสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือหรือเราจำง่ายๆว่าอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราเอาง่ายๆแต่ต้องทำความรู้จักว่าฐานที่7เนี่ยมันอยู่ที่ตรงนี้เหนือสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือกลางท้องแต่ในแง่ปฏิบัติจริงๆเราก็ไม่ต้องกังวลเกินไปให้ใจกลับมาอยู่ในตัวแล้วก็หาหลักของใจเพื่อจะผูกพันใจเอาไว้ให้อยู่บริเวณศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7เราก็ต้องกำหนดบริกรรมนิมิตขึ้นมาในใจคือสร้างมโนภาพว่าในกลางท้องของเรานั่นนะมีดวงแก้วใสๆกลมรอบตัวเหมือนดวงแก้วขยสิทธิ์ขนาดใหญ่เล็กก็แล้วแต่ใจของเราชอบที่ใสเหมือนกับเพชรที่เจรไนแล้วไม่มีตำหนิเลยใสบริสุทธิ์อยู่กลางท้องหรือจะนึกเป็นพระแก้วใสๆให้ท่านนั่งเจริญสมาธิภาวนาหันหน้าออกไปทางเดียวกับตัวของเราในกลางท้องก็ได้เอาอย่างใดอย่างหนึ่งใน2 อย่างนี้นะจ๊ะใจของเราชอบอย่างไหนเราก็เอาอย่างนั้นเป็นบริกรรมนิมิตเป็นที่ยึดที่เกาะของใจเราแต่การนึกภาพทางใจนั้นต้องใจเย็นๆค่อยๆนึกคล้ายๆกับเรานึกถึงสิ่งที่เราคุ้นเคยคล้ายๆเรานึกถึงภาพดวงอาทิตย์ดวงจันทร์ดวงดาวเพชรสักเม็ดหนึ่งหรือน้ำค้างที่ปลายยอดหญ้าหรืออะไรที่นอกเหนือจากนี้ให้นึกคล้ายๆอย่างนั้นนึกธรรมดาสิ่งใดที่เราคุ้นเคยแล้วก็นึกได้ง่ายแล้วก็นึกได้ชัดกว่าสิ่งที่ไม่คุ้นเคยเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็มาสำรวจตรวจตาดูเราจะนึกระหว่างดวงแก้วกับองค์พระใส อย่างใดอย่างหนึ่งนั้นเรานึกอย่างไหนง่ายกว่ากันแล้วรู้สึกสบายในการนึกเราก็เอาอย่างนั้นนะจ๊ะขนาดไหนก็แล้วแต่ใจเราชอบอย่างเล็กก็นึกเล็กชอบปานกลางก็นึกขนาดปานกลางชอบอย่างใหญ่ก็นึกเอาไม่ชัดเจนก็ไม่เป็นไรชัดแค่ไหนก็เอาแค่นั้นไปก่อนอย่าไปใจร้อนไปเค้นภาพจนกระทั่งปวดลูกในตาอย่างนั้นไม่ถูกวิธีนะจ๊ะนึกไม่ได้ก็ไม่เป็นไรอีกเหมือนกันก็ให้วางใจนิ่งๆนุ่มๆเบาๆสบายๆอย่างนี้ก็ได้เพราะวัตถุประสงค์เราต้องการดึงใจของเราให้หลุดพ้นจากความสับสนวุ่นวายหรือสิ่งที่เราไปผูกพันไว้นะให้กลับมาอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราจนกระทั่งอยู่นานๆแล้วก็หยุดนิ่งในสนิทเราต้องการความหยุดนิ่งของใจเท่านั้นไม่ว่าเราจะนึกเป็นภาพหรือเราไม่นึกเป็นภาพก็ใช้ได้ทั้งนั้นขอให้ใจเนี่ยมาอยู่ในกลางท้องแล้วหยุดนิ่งสนิทเหมือนติดกาวชั้นดีนะไว้ที่กลางกายนี่คือวัตถุประสงค์เพราะหยุดเป็นตัวสำเร็จมันต้องนิ่งมันถึงจะมั่นคงมีเสถียรภาพใจมันต้องนิ่งๆนุ่มๆสบายนี่คือวัตถุประสงค์นะจ๊ะคือต้องการให้ใจนิ่งใจหยุดเพราะฉะนั้นเราเลือกเอาระหว่างนึกเป็นภาพกับไม่นึกภาพถนัดอย่างไหนก็เอาอย่างนั้นหรือนึกเป็นภาพจะเอาภาพไหนดวงใสๆหรือพระแก้วใสๆก็ได้แล้วแต่ว่าเราชอบเราถนัดเราคุ้นเคยนะจ๊ะแต่ต้องนึกอย่างสบายๆแล้วก็ผ่อนคลายเพราะวัตถุประสงค์ต้องการให้ใจมาหยุดมานิ่งอยู่ที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7เพราะหยุดเป็นตัวสำเร็จที่จะทำให้เราได้พบต้นทางสายกลางภายในเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็จะเป็นมนุษย์มหัศจรรย์เมื่อใจเราหยุดนิ่งสนิทติดตรงกลางกายเห็นดวงใสๆเห็นพระใสๆเห็นแสงสว่างภายในนะจ๊ะเวลาที่เหลือต่อจากนี้ไปอากาศกำลังเป็นใจกำลังสดชื่นเบิกบานให้ลูกทุกคนหยุดใจนิ่งนุ่มละมุนละไมกันต่อไปให้ลูกทุกคนสมหวังดังใจในการเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยในตัวทุกคนนะจ๊ะต่างคนต่างทำกันไปเงียบๆ
How are you, Jenya? After meditate with the most venerable Luang Pa, do you feel joyful?
You know, every time when I meditate with him, I feel so happy and relaxed inside me. And I find that when I have no chance to meditate, I feel like I miss something in my life.
I feel the same because meditation makes me feel calm and relaxed.
Yes. Our dear viewers, meditation is very important and we should practice it every day. Whenever we can still our mind inside, then we will find the miracle inside ourselves.
What do you have next for our viewers?
For our next episode, we will listen to the interview of Venerable Pra Anuruddha Yananurothor, the President of the World Fellowship of Buddhist Youth, WFBY, which continues from the last week.
Let's enjoy the interview. And I would like to ask that do we have to pay for the meditation course?
Well, there are two types of courses. The general course that we cater for the public is free of charge. But and then there are another kind of course that is catered for the organization, you know, like companies, multinational companies, or be it government agencies. It's just like an in-house training for them. That which we have expenses, the cost to charge them. Yeah. And for the free of charge course, how we finance it is how we plead for donation. The person who come to do the meditation course, we let them know how much it costs for 7-day course for them to stay in the organization and have the meal and stay together with us. And then we let them know how much it costs. And most of the time they would ask them for donation for the next person. So they are, their cost is being paid by the person before them already. Right. So it kind of works. It works, especially for Thailand, you know. Sometimes when you come out to say that you charge and there is a fee, sometimes they say, oh, religious work, you should not charge. But actually, there is a cost to everything that we do, right?
Oh, it's really a good strategy.
It's a strategy, it works. And sometimes when you do like that, people, sometimes they are generous and they give more money than if you were to charge as a fixed fee or something like that. But of course, there may be some people who have less money and they give less or they don't give, it's okay also.
Oh, but I believe that most people, they are willing to pay more because they know after the session ends, they know what benefit that they get for their life.
Right. And also with that, normally when the 7-day course ends, the feeling is very good, and then they would like the next person to benefit as well, like them.
Yes.
So,
Good for themselves and good for others. And after you hear a lot of benefits from meditation course and ordination program, is this the time to send your beloved children to attend such valuable course? Please think about this. And we're gonna talk back to your ordination. I have heard that you brought a lot of people to India for ordination too, right? Please tell the story about this.
Well, this is the project, belongs to the Young Buddhist Association of Thailand. And it's a program that we created for the young people. At first, we tried to come up with a program for the summertime, and what we did was we created just like a camping class whereby the young kids come from different schools from all over the country, and they participate in this Sammatiti camp. We call it Sammatiti camp, where we try the right thinking, and what we do is the process is to make them acquainted with each other, And of course, there would be singing songs like a camping in the university, the project, you know. But this is a Dhamma songs that they sing together, they pray together, and there would be a very good speaker who are very well known to them. Some of them are doctors and some are scientists or engineers, so that they can relate to the young people. And they are very successful people. And after they give a very good talk to them, the kids begin to understand Dhamma in a simple way. And then they become very good friends to each other. Then right after that camp, the Sammatiti camp, we bring them into the Vipassana meditation course. So together as a group, they now experience meditation together for another 7 days. So after that, they become not only close to each other, but they have the same exposure to meditation program. And their hearts and minds are opened up for, they have some wisdom that from inside of them. Yeah. So with that, we give them another kind of training is called networking training, whereby when they go back to their school, they can set up their small unit. You know, we call it Club 25. And the Club 25 is a small unit whereby the kids, they go back to school and they set up the small club group, Dhamma study group, whereby they become good friends, they exchange ideas, and they bring know-how and experiences that they have got from the camp, the Sammatiti camp, back to their school. And these people are organized in region as well as in the city. So we selected the leaders among them because we believe that these young people who have the potential to become good leaders, well, if you give them good support and reinforcement and good experience, all of these good things will be with them. So wherever they are, especially when they go back to their home or their school, respective schools, they will be inspired to spread Buddhism in their own local community. So we thought that to top up the experience for them, it would be best to bring them to India, where India is the place where the Lord Buddha was born. Of course, now in Nepal, where he enlightened and where he spread Buddhism and to the world during that time. So we bring them to India, and we found that the young people are very impressed with their experience, because many of them said that they only knew Lord Buddha from the teaching, from reading the book. It was 2,500 something years ago. They cannot imagine how he looked like, because in different pictures and different artists will present him differently. The Lord Buddha, when you go to each temple, he looks different. When you see the picture of the Lord Buddha from India, then he looks Indian. When you look at his painting from Thai artists, then he looks Thai. So it becomes maybe difficult for them to directly relate that Buddha was really a person. He was not a god or some supernatural being, but he's a real person who was born as a prince and later on, you know, decided to leave all this happiness and comfort to find wisdom, to find truth. When and even his family and his small son to go to the deep forest to practice, to find the truth. And later on he became enlightened 6 years after, when he became 35. So all the places in India and Nepal indicates, all these archaeological remains indicates that he was here before. Not because someone said he was there, but you know, you have evidence that the Lord Buddha was there. He was born there, but maybe not exactly there, but in that area. And then he traveled on to, you know, to torture himself, to find different means to find that wisdom. you know, in different places. And then later on he came to Buddhagaya under the Bodhi tree. Although this tree is the fourth generation tree, it's not the first one because it's 2,500 years already.
Yeah, long time ago.
But we all feel that we can relate to him, that he, once upon a time, you know, 2,500 years ago, he was here. He was somewhere around here. He was here and making great effort to become enlightened. So all the kids, everywhere that we go, we have the resource to tell us the story. So all the kids who learn about Buddha history in school now can experience the real place. And they can tie that into their old knowledge that they learned from school. Now they are really experiencing the place. And it helps to concrete up the faith in not just the blind faith. It's not the blind faith, it's the real. He was real and he was here. So the children, the kids felt very impressed and they understood the Buddha story and Buddha's life in reality, not just like a story that they read somewhere or movie they see somewhere.
They have real experience.
And Buddha was real in that sense, and his enlightenment was real, and his teaching was practical. So each and every place that we go to, we do pray, and then before we get there, the resource would tell us the significance behind the place, where we go, what happened there, and what's the Dharma was brought to us there. And then we would have little time to do meditation. So, you know, each place that we go to was very impressive. Not only for us who have been there several times, but for the kids who for the first time flown in the airplane and actually be in India and was under the tree that once upon a time maybe the Lord Buddha was somewhere around there, you know.
It must be a great experience for them.
For them, yes. Yes.
They have time
and they were
to
inspired to come back and tell the story, that what they experienced. And with that, the leadership that they already have them in themselves, and the experience, the new experience they have, is something that they can tell to their friends and inspire their new friends to become more interested in Buddhism. Buddhism is real. Dharma is real. It's not just a blind faith that your parents said you should be a Buddhist. Why, you know? So I think it works. The only thing that was difficult was the costing and the financing part of it, because you have to bring a lot of people to India, and it costs a lot of money to do. But we feel that it's worthwhile to provide these young leaders with the experience of the real place where the Lord Buddha was there.
It's like you take them and follow the Lord Buddha's
Full step. Yes.
And they can learn many things from that. Very good.
We now know the course details which WFBY organizes.
This training will help us have the right view and right thought.
Yes, his Buddhist works are very interesting and very important.
He uses his life in a very beneficial way for spreading Buddhism.
His lives and stories are very interesting, and we will continue with his interview again next week. For now, we will listen to the Dharma from Venerable Pranikola Stanisaro, which just continues from the last week.
It's a difficult task to keep up with one's good friends from the past. Sometimes even with our own families, it's hard enough to keep up appearances with them, especially following a path of which is quite involved with meditation, and sometimes being in a different place and being difficult to contact for long periods of time. Even the Buddha himself, the fact that he was the Buddha means that he has to help everybody. But the Buddha himself, he divided his time in 3 ways. He had the job of spreading Buddhism, and that means for people, the public in general. He also had the job of setting up the structures by which Buddhism could continue after he passed away. But the third and very important thing, which he never forgot, was he had to go back to his own friends and family and make sure that they benefited from what he'd learned. So not just to treat them like the general public, but he had a special debt of gratitude to those friends of his or his family of his, maybe who he had left behind. He burdened them when he'd gone off to do his spiritual search. So he didn't never abandon them, but he made time to go back and to teach especially for them, even though sometimes they were not that receptive. So that group of people is a special group of people we have. Sometimes we are not ready immediately to go back and to really help them. Sometimes we are not even particularly well accepted by them. It may be harder to speak to people like parents or friends than it would be to a complete stranger, because they know our past. They know what we were like before we became our new improved person. So they always have that image in their mind before, which is competing with what they see of us now, which may be a new us, So sometimes we have to spend time to earn their respect again. This point I talked about previously about not being able to teach a person if we are not yet accepted by that person applies very strongly in this situation. We have to make sure that even though we have come thus far, we've got no hairs left in our head, we've been in Thailand for several years, that we are still accepted by them no matter what. Because once we come to a point where we become someone who has estranged ourselves from them, to come back and repair that will be very difficult for us. And for those who have the support of your friends or family to come to the temple, then you are a whole lot luckier than the ones who have somehow, been the black sheep who has escaped from the fold to do the meditation time. And when you go back, don't think that they're going to thank you for it. It's very difficult. It's very sensitive. But I think every person you ask here in this temple has their own personal story of how they've gone back and they have made amends, to be the prodigal son or whatever, who's come back and actually done something to help the whole of their family, rather than just being a person who has abandoned the family, which is seen as a bad thing, especially when in Buddhism we have special importance for things like our relationship with our parents, our relationship with all the 6 directions and so on. The people who have managed to make the biggest contribution, generally the ones who, in spite of their renouncing the world and renouncing their close relationships with their friends and family, have managed to go back and do something better than before for the people in those 6 directions.
How do you compare or relate the Buddhist heaven and hell to the ones of others, like the Muslim or the Christian?
In Buddhism, we would say that they are exactly the same places. And let's say you end up in a hell realm because you broke the 5 precepts. You may have broken the 5 precepts whether you knew that they were precepts or not. You may have broken the 5 precepts in the context of another religion, or you may have done it outside the context of any religion. But it's the karma which puts the people there. It doesn't matter what they understood about what they were doing at the time. The fact they did it has karmic consequences which will put them in that place. As for the heaven realms, if you've done good things in your life, no matter what you believed about why they were good or who said they were good, if you do enough of them, then you end up in the heaven realms as well. And from what we understand from the case studies in our temple, generally speaking, you get people from other religions mixed up with the Buddhists in heaven up until the second level of heaven. So basically that means that people who have kept 5 precepts well, no matter what religion they subscribe to, will find themselves in the second level of heaven. But you don't find people from non-Buddhist religions any higher than that. And the reason for that is that, generally speaking, other religions don't give enough importance to the topic of meditation. And they don't have the refinement of mind to take them to a higher level than the second level. The exception may be for those who are involved with meditation, maybe in Hinduism and so on, who have a very strong connection with the Brahma levels. Okay, they may be slightly higher than that, but it's very rare to find them because they don't have this thing about what's known as the field of merit. Have you heard of that? Punyaketa? Where in Buddhism we give importance not only to giving, but giving to monks as a field of merit, because the amount of merit yielded by that is much greater than giving to, say, the poor or the needy.
I can see so clearly from the Venerable's teaching, and that way he explains everything really helps me to understand more.
Yes, it is so easy for me also to understand, Even though we make mistakes, but if we continue making good deeds in all our time, in all our life, it will make us stronger and more powerful. And this will make us feel so wonderful inside. The mistakes we make will not have such an effective impact in our lives. So the more good we do, the better we feel ourselves.
Right. According to the Most Venerable Luang Pa, who teaches us not to focus on our mistakes, but to keep on performing good deeds from this moment onward.
It's a very good idea. So the whole time you concentrate just only on goodness, and it's make you so happy. Yeah, absolutely right. Listening to Dhamma makes us realize what we should do and what we shouldn't do. The Dhamma is our wisdom for all everyday life, in all situations.
Our viewers should try it and see for themselves. If anyone doesn't know much about Buddhism, try and read one book and see how easy it is to apply the Buddhist wisdom in your life. There are so many benefits in learning interesting aspects of Buddhism.
Yes, you're right. Now we will come to see our next episode.
We will record our merit from Visak Day or Visakha Busha at Wat Prat Dhammakaya, which was organized to celebrate that great event.
วันวิสาขบูชาวันของพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าภาคเช้าสาธุชนพร้อมใจกันมาสร้างมหาทานบารมีตั้งแต่เช้าตรู่ด้วยการตักบาตรพระภิกษุสงฆ์กว่า1,000 รูปด้วยความ alert เบิกบานเพื่อเตรียมใจรองรับบุญใหญ่ที่จะเกิดขึ้นในวันนี้ าคสายเป็นพิธีปฏิบัติธรรมกลั่นใจให้ใสเพื่อระลึกถึงคุณของพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้า
เมื่อออกบวชแล้วเนี่ยท่านก็แสวงหาทางพ้นทุกข์ไม่อยากมีสภาพอย่างนี้อยากมีสภาพที่เป็นอิสระเป็นตัวของตัวเองพึ่งตัวเองได้ไม่ต้องไปพึ่งพิงสิ่งอื่นเลยพึ่งตัวเองได้เป็นอยู่ได้ด้วยตัวเองเหมือนดวงตะวันดวงอาทิตย์ที่เปล่งแสงด้วยตัวเองมีพลังงานในตัวเองและเผยแผ่กับสรรพสัตว์และสรรพสิ่งทั้งหลายด้วย
เวลา 13:30 นาทีเป็นพิธีถวายบาตรแด่สามเณรผู้บวชอุทิศชีวิตทั้ง14รูปณอาคารจาตุมหาราชิกาหลังจากนั้นเป็นพิธีอุปสมบทณอุโบสถวัดพระธรรมกายโดยมีพระเดชพระคุณพระธรรมกิติวงศ์เจ้าอาวาสวัดโอรสารามได้เมตตามาเป็นพระอุปชฌาย์ภาพลอยกังวลจากเครื่องพันธนาการเป็นชุดมุ่งสู่นิพพานแดนสรานบรมสุขสันต์สามเณรทั้ง14รูปผู้ตั้งใจบวชอุทิศชีวิตถวายเป็นพุทธบูชาล้วนผ่านการฝึกฝนตนเองมานานนับ10 ปีได้รับการหล่อหลอมคุณธรรมทุกรูปแบบให้เพียบพร้อมทั้งปริยัติปฏิบัติและปฏิเวทสมเป็นศาสนทายาทผู้เป็นเนื้อนาบุญอันประเสริฐให้แก่ชาวโลกและเป็นความภาคภูมิใจของบุพการีคือการที่ลูกชายได้บวชอุทิศชีวิตเพื่อต่ออายุพระพุทธศาสนากระทำพระนิพพานให้แจ้งแสวงบุญสร้างบารมีตามรอยบาทพระศาสดา
รักผ้าพื้นนี้ให้ดีเป็นเกียรติยศศักดิ์ศรีแห่งนักรบกล้า
พิธีกรรมในช่วงเย็นเวลา 17:30 นาทีพระเดชพระคุณหลวงพ่อนำนั่งสมาธิกลั่นใจให้ใสเพื่อถวายเป็นพุทธบูชาแด่พระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้า
วิสาขบูชาเป็นวันประสูติตรัสรู้ปรินิพพานวิสาขบูชาเป็นวันพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าวิสาขบูชาเป็นวันประสูติวันเพ็ญเดือน6วิสาขปุณณมีจุติจากดุสิตบุรีประสูติทรงเดิน
เมื่อถึงเวลาแห่งความสว่างพระเดชพระคุณหลวงพ่อจุดไฟฤกษ์และส่งประทีปต่อไปยังผู้แทนคณะสงฆ์แสงจากประทีปดวงแรกได้ส่งผ่านความโชตนาการไปยังประทีปดวงต่อๆไปด้วยใจที่มุ่งถวายเป็นพุทธบูชาจนกลายเป็นความสว่างไสวไปทั่วลานธรรม
ภะคะวะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชชาจารณสั มปันโนสุขโตโลกวิทูอนุตตโรปุริสธรรมสารติสัทธาเทวมนุสานังพุทโธภควาติสวากขาโตภควตาธัมโมสันทิติโกอากาลิโกเอหิปัสสิโกโอปนัยโกปัจจตังเวทิตาโพวิญโยหิติสุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆอุชุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆยายาปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆสามีจิปฏิปันโน
ภาพแห่งบุญญากิริยาในทุกกิจกรรมที่เราได้กระทำมาตลอดทั้งวันตั้งแต่เช้าตรู่จนถึงพลบค่ำเป็นภาพประวัติศาสตร์ที่จะตราตรึงอยู่ในใจของเราทุกคนตราบนานเท่านาน
อนุโมทนาอนุโมทนาอนุโมทนา
ผู้มีบุญทุกคน
All of us would like to say Anumotana Boon with everyone who was part of this great success. This spread means to share the goodness of everyone's good deeds, what they have done, not just in attending the ceremony, but also because of everything what they have offered, given or shared in praise of Buddhism.
Without this great hearts of these people, it would be impossible to see these wonderful pictures.
Sure. It is so joyful for all of us that even United Nations realize the importance of this great day.
You know, in this world, no one could be like the Lord Buddha. He was born, obtained enlightenment, and passed away on the same day. It is a miracle.
Yeah, it's a really great miracle. Our lives will have such much loss without him, as he is our greatest teacher.
His kindness and compassion is beyond this earthly world, but universal and all-loving.
All-loving, yeah. It is a great merit for us to recall the Lord Buddha at all times during our day, as it helps us to focus our mind on his great goodness.
He had cultivated the perfections in so many lifetimes before he became the Lord Buddha.
Yes, his life as accumulated parami is so amazing. He gave his own life in order to cultivate their perfections.
Lord Buddha was a real person and not a character from a book. He was a prince before he went into the holy life. He gave up his throne in order to attain the highest of goals and become free from the cycle of rebirth. Because he was able to do this, he found true happiness.
With the greatest of compassion in helping us to understand his wisdom, the knowledge he found and share with all of us is invaluable and remains so even today.
We can pay respect to him by recalling him in our minds that are refreshed by meditation.
Yes. And another thing is in the practicing of meditation to still our minds, which can help us to reach our inner Pratamakaya. Is a fine way to reflect and follow his teaching.
It will also create a great merit for us.
Buddhism and global crisis. World crisis arises from a difference in human understanding of life, one that is in fact different from the reality of life itself. From ancient times, Buddhism has been used in solving global crisis. Why is this so? We may take this question back to over 2,500 years ago, when a great prince left his palace in search of a cure to the ailments of life, birth, sickness, aging, and death. Because of ignorance and fear of these four life events, great suffering comes to pass. It was for this reason that this man, Prince Siddhartha, journeyed to find the unknown factor, the one cure-all medicine for all of life's sufferings. There afterwards, his discovery of the universal cure, the Dhamma, has been used to help people of all castes and beliefs in finding a way out of crisis, a way to everlasting peace and happiness. It is for this reason that we firmly believe if everyone in the world were to practice the Lord Buddha's teachings, true peace will easily arise and sustain itself. The application of Buddhist principles tackles the root causes of our world's social problems, namely the human mind and its understanding of the world around it. Crisis and conflict occur when people refer to their individual differences rather than their similarities. We as a people have a habit of looking outwards rather than inwards. Buddhism, a religion of world peace, urges us to find common ground, to find what makes us connect to each other as human beings on this planet we call Earth, and thus to then treat our fellow man as compatriots along the continuous cycles of birth and death. Buddhists around the world, whether they be in Sri Lanka, Vietnam, South Africa, Central Asia, New Zealand, Burma, Uganda, Australia, Mongolia, Europe, North and South America, or Thailand, all share the same reverence for the same Father, our Lord Buddha. From the unfathomable wisdom and unlimited compassion of the Enlightened One, 84,000 scriptures of priceless teachings arose from a mind overflowing with the source of ultimate purity. This may be an example for us all, one that encourages us to follow this same path, the one which He majestically strode upon and revealed. It is the way for us to be completely free from the problems and sufferings that are found within our world. That is why we refer to it as a refuge and honor it above all else. It provides answers to the fiery debates of clean mind versus clean environment and Buddhist economics versus sustainable economics, to name just a few. Under the guidance of the teachings of our Lord Buddha, the global Buddhist community is able to live happy and prosperous lives. Stemming from the Lord Buddha's wisdom, compassion, and principles is our beloved Buddhist culture, a culture which upholds the foundations for true peace. Both non-Buddhists and Buddhists alike will find a truly potent peace awaiting development while lying within the 6 social directions that surround them. Indeed, neighboring us all are exemplary components of peace. All one must do is to first behold what lies within. From there, one will have the right perspective to view what already exists naturally around them, seen in the people that surround us in the 6 social directions: our parents, friends, co-workers, family, employees, and spiritual guide. From here it is that we deeply root and expand our networking capabilities. When the right people are in the right places, they are our natural resources for a better life and future. In every quiet corner of the world, Buddhist monks and lay people continue to follow the noble footsteps of the Lord Buddha, showing ways to properly apply Buddhism in our everyday life. This is generally categorized as the Eightfold Noble Path. Of all things, this path gives natural and consequent creation to good habits, which are to then be nurtured for fuller fruition in the future. Through good habits, we can effectively weed out the root causes of life's problems. A question then arises as to where we may more clearly develop these desired beneficial habits. The answer is to be found close to home, in the 5 rooms of life: our bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, dressing room, and workplace or school system. Each room corresponds to a development in certain virtuous characteristics, which may be largely grouped into 5: strong faith, ability to take care of our health, accumulate humility and righteousness, increase our diligence and persistence, and utilize our virtue and wisdom. These fields are our playing grounds, where we put our beliefs into practice. The beauty of this is in the reality that we already have these tools immediately available around us, waiting to be used. Now that we have the technique of how to use them, as was described by our Father, Lord Buddha, it is up to us if we want to reap their benefits and produce a peaceful environment. All it takes is our decision to act at our appointment with the present moment, right now. In order to rid the world's crisis and build one of peace and prosperity, the essential and universal voice of Buddhism must clearly echo throughout the world. It is a voice that speaks of similarity and unity, one where by looking into ourselves, we see how we are the same as others. We see how we suffer the same pains, we fight the same battles, we share the same earth and air. Through viewing each other in this pure and equal manner, we automatically unite as one family, as one people. We unify ourselves just as the one and only sun in our sky radiates its light to all around it. Through this method, a world of true and sustainable peace will be reached within our own very lifetime and pass onto the future generations for them to share in its great benefit.